Hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Tech Talk. I am Jeff and today we're going to be going over 10 things that you can do with Chromebooks that you probably didn't think that you could do with Chromebooks. And here we go. Alright guys, here we are. We're with the first thing that you can do with a Chromebook that you may not have thought you could do. And the first one here is you can actually reconnect a Logitech receiver to a device. So you can go and download the Logitech extension, and if you have one of these little receivers and you have the mouse but you can't get them to connect, you actually can do that on a Chromebook by connecting this into the USB-A port and downloading the extension and reconnecting it to this. One other thing that you can do on a Chromebook is you can also download photos and videos directly from your camera directly onto the device. Okay, number 2, things that you can do with a Chromebook that you probably didn't think you can do. Here we go, and this is a big one a lot of people I think misunderstand here with this, and that is Microsoft Office. Yes, you can actually use Microsoft Office, including Excel, PowerPoint. The thing is, in the past there's been a web browser version, and then there's also been the Android app. Just ignore the Android app. They really aren't supported anymore. I never used one in the past because it was always too buggy to deal with. So just stick with the web browser version. You can set up a free account or you can set up a 365 account. Either way, you can use the web browser version of Microsoft Office. So add that to your list. There we go. Okay, like I said, here comes number 3 of things that you can do with a Chromebook that you didn't possibly think you could do, and that is build an entire website on a Chromebook. Yes you can. Weebly.com and also Wix. Those are both good ones. I know there's other ones as well. I'm not going to go into every option there is, but Wix in particular is quite good, and also Weebly are both very good for building an entire website. You can also do all of your graphic art. You don't have to have full Adobe Shop to do that. You actually can use something called Canvas. So Canvas is also a web-based graphic interface that you can do on a Chromebook. So that's one more thing you can do. In fact, you can even do vector files on a Chromebook online. There's a website called Vector, V-E-C-T-R. I'll put that in the description below. And you can also do vector graphic art on there on a Chromebook. So all these things, most of these things that are especially graphic oriented, it is going to be really important to have good internet connection. So, and yes, you can connect an Ethernet directly to a Chromebook. You don't have to use Wi-Fi. So you want to make sure you have good connection with internet, and if you can, have it directly connected. All right, we're going to get to the next one. All right, guys. So remember, there's a list of 10, but make sure you stick around. I am going to have an additional extra really cool bonus one at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around. It's pretty cool. Okay, we're moving along here. We're halfway. Number 5, things that you can do on a Chromebook that you possibly didn't think you can do on a Chromebook, and that is accounting. Yes, I actually ran an entire company on a Chromebook several years ago, and I used QuickBooks, QuickBooks Online. So yeah, you can actually do all your accounting on QuickBooks Online. You can even be a bookkeeper and have a business on a Chromebook working on QuickBooks Online for your clients. Now, if you don't need something quite that robust and you just need personal financing done, I actually use Simplify, which is by Quicken, and I do all of that on my Chromebook. And it's called Simplify. So yeah, you can do big production accounting with QuickBooks Online or you can also just do personal financing with something like Simplify. All right, here we're at number 6 of things you can do on a Chromebook that you might not have thought you could do. And this one, I'm not quite as, I can't relate to it as much because I don't really play games on my Chromebook. But you can play games on a Chromebook. There are a variety of Android app games. I will tell you, those don't always work the greatest, and you do want to have a Chromebook that has pretty powerful specs as far as processor power and RAM and so forth. So that is one note with the Android apps. And just in general, I find Android apps sometimes very buggy anyway. But there's, I believe it's called Stadia. I think that's actually by Google. There's also NVIDIA has one. I know there's a couple other. Again, I'm not a big gamer, but there is online streaming gaming services that are getting more popular by the day. So as far as gaming, yeah, you can play games, be a gamer on a Chromebook. You probably just want to stick with the streaming games over the Android games, by what I understand. Okay, I'm going to go over the next 2 together because they kind of relate with each other. And that is number 7 here is photo editing. Yes, you can do photo editing, and Chromebooks in general, I actually find, do handle photo editing fairly well. The first one is Snapseed, which is, I believe, an Android app, but it's built by Google. They own that. So that one actually works quite well, especially for an Android app. The other one is Pixlr, and Pixlr looks to be very good as well. So as far as photo editing, there is some ways you can photo edit on there. And if you need more photo editing things, then there are some more graphic oriented ones, and like I said, Canvas, you can do some graphic-y stuff on there in conjunction with, say, using Pixlr or Snapseed. So that's photo editing. Number 8 is video editing, and yes, this one I have a lot more experience with, and you can do video editing on a Chromebook. Now I know there's a couple other options out there, but the 2 that I picked here are kind of fairly known. One is Power Director. Now that is an Android app, so I know it can be somewhat a little more buggy. But that's the one I've heard. Again, there's other options out there. You want to do some research and make sure you're picking ones that have great reviews, not okay or good. You want to make sure they have the best reviews possible. And my experience for Android app versions is Power Director. Now the one that I use is WeVideo, and WeVideo I do all of my video editing on, and have been using it for several years now, and just keeps getting better and better. Again, really important with video editing that you have a really good internet connection, and that you're trying, if you can, use a direct connection with an Ethernet. But as far as video editing, I've been doing video editing on my Chromebook for at least 2 or 3 years now, and I use WeVideo, and it's been fantastic. Their support has been very, very good. They have a lot of chat group things and so forth. It's easy to get a hold of them. They do videos, educational videos on how to use it. It's really great. I can't tell you how much I like WeVideo. Can do video editing. This is what spawned me to do this video in the first place, is because I keep hearing that you really can't do video editing on a Chromebook. Not really true. All right, we are at number 9 of things you can do on a Chromebook that you possibly didn't think you can do. All right, so this one is not so much of a thing that you can do, but more of like your interaction with a Chromebook. And I have used an iPad and I have used Chromebooks, and I use both. So, but one thing I can tell you is file management, file system. I find it much more traditional on a Chromebook. Now everything goes down to the downloads folder, and then you distribute it from there, or you can actually set up your download folder or things to be downloaded. You can actually specify where they go to. That does take a little bit of some work on your part, but in general, yeah, the file system is really, I find, very robust and easy to use on a Chromebook once you know how to use it. As far as like other things like split screens, you can split screens super easy on a Chromebook. You just drag one screen over to the left side of your screen and drag the other one to the other side, and you got split screen. It's really easy. I actually find it more like the Windows split screen system than, say, Mac. The other thing is, yeah, you can use two different screens, like two actually separate physical monitors. I actually have two monitors hooked up to my Acer Spin 713, and you can actually just have two separate things where you're moving windows from one thing. You can have one browser over here, one thing over here. Yeah, so you can have, it's much more like a regular desktop operating system, in my opinion, say, compared to like an iPad and iOS. So that's number 9. Okay, we are at number 10, and make sure you stick around for after this. There's one more bonus one, which I think is pretty cool that I've not really seen anybody talk about other than one other person. And I will give him credit because it was pretty cool. But anyway, number 10 here is text messages. One of the cool things about the Mac system is that Apple system is that you can get your text messages on your, say, your iPad, or you can have and receive and send text messages on your Mac computer. Well, guess what? Just like Apple's, that I believe only works in most cases. It pretty much only works with iMessage, which basically means you have to have an iPhone, right? Makes sense. iPhone, Mac. So, but on a Chromebook, you can do the same thing, but with a Android phone. So you can send and receive text messages on your Chromebook from an Android phone. Now, I don't believe it works with an iPhone. No surprise there. Anyway, that's number 10. Make sure you stick around for the bonus one, which is pretty cool, of 10 things that you can do on a Chromebook that you probably didn't think you could do. All right, guys, here we are. You made it through the 10 different things that you can do on a Chromebook that you probably didn't think you could do, or hopefully some of them you didn't know you could do. Really appreciate you sticking around and making it through all 10. And I'm so excited to show you my bonus one. I do want to mention that there's only one other video where somebody did mention that you can do this, and this was a while ago, and I've not seen anybody else talk about this, and that's Robbie from Chrome Unbox. It's another great channel. He's got a great website, but he mentioned this a while ago, and I've never heard anybody else chat about this. You can actually connect a trackpad to it. Gee, but I wonder, can you connect an Apple Magic trackpad? Why, yes you can. Yes you can. In fact, I'm clicking it right here. And I don't know if you can hear that. But that is on because it is now, it's turning on, it is clicking on my Chromebook, which is just aside from here. And yeah, you can get a Magic trackpad. I have used other trackpads with a Chromebook, and I have to tell you, they've all worked, but this one works the best. And it's the Apple Magic Trackpad. This has been such a lifesaver for me for doing video editing, where I can scroll back and forth on Video, and it's been fantastic. So you get all the same Chromebook gestures, where you can go from desktops, you can slide back and forth from different tabs. All the gestures work, and you get the precision and just a wonderful feel and craftsmanship of the Magic Trackpad to do it on. So anyway, that is my bonus one. I thought it was really cool. I also have a Magic keyboard connected, one of the Apple keyboards. That works great. Although I would kind of suggest the K780 from Logitech, because that one has specific keys for Chromebooks. So yeah, you can, we'll add this to our bonus one here, you can add a Chrome OS specific keyboard called the K780. Now there are other ones that I don't find as readily available, but the Logitech K780 keyboard specifically for Chrome OS is readily available at Best Buy. And it's a good keyboard. I wouldn't say it's phenomenal. It's not my favorite thing to type on. If I'm doing long scripts or long written items on it, I actually will use the Apple Magic Keyboard for that. I just find it much more enjoyable to type on. But the K780 can be a little plasticky. But if you're looking for a Chrome OS specific keyboard with all the shortcuts and everything on it, and even has the what is it, like the little Google Assistant button. It even has that like on the Pixel books. So yeah, you can get some really cool peripherals for the Chromebook, including none other than like a Magic trackpad. So and it's rechargeable and everything, you know, all of that. That is my top 10 list of, well, at least not top 10, but my current 10 list of things you can do on a Chromebook that you probably didn't think you can do. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.